Crystalline control surfaces have been replaced with tactile interfaces that could function even if the bridge was on fire, flooding, or filled with toxic gas. Because when humans went to war, they planned for everything to go wrong simultaneously. The holographic display flickered to life, revealing Hegemon Vorthke in all his scaled majesty. His reptilian features were arranged in what Santos had learned to recognize as supreme arrogance. "Humans," he hissed, his voice carrying the weight of 1,000 conquered worlds, "you will return our property immediately. The inevitability belongs to the Kethmoran Empire." Santos settled into her captain's chair, a modified crash couch that could keep her conscious through accelerations that would liquefy most organic matter. "Hegemon, with all due respect, you abandoned this ship. Under human salvage law, it now belongs to us." "Salvage law?" Vorthke's eyes flared with indignation. "You primitive creatures think your barbaric customs apply to superior technology? The inevitability is damaged beyond repair. Even we cannot fix what was broken." "About that," Santos said, gesturing to her tactical officer. "Lieutenant, show the Hegemon what damage beyond repair looks like now." The display split to show external cameras of the rebuilt ship. What had once been a sleek, elegant cruiser now looked like a mechanical nightmare. Additional armor plating jutted out at aggressive angles. Weapon ports had multiplied like cancer cells. Engine exhausts glowed with colors that shouldn't exist in nature. Vorthke's confident expression began to waver. What have you done?" "We fixed it," Santos replied cheerfully, though improved might be more accurate. "Your people built a warship. We built a weapon that happens to have a crew compartment." The Hegemon's scaled skin had gone pale. The reactor containment fields, the gravitational stresses, those modifications are impossible. The ship should have torn itself apart. Aliens abandoned a broken starship on Earth. Humans rebuilt it into their absolute retribution. Captain Maria Santos stood in the engine bay of what had once been the Kethmoran heavy cruiser Inevitability, watching her engineering team put the finishing touches on their masterpiece. 3 years ago, the alien warship had crash-landed in the Australian outback after what appeared to be a catastrophic reactor failure. The Kethmoran crew had abandoned it, leaving behind a technological marvel that their species considered irreparable. They had underestimated human stubbornness. "Status report, Chief," Santos called to her head engineer, a grizzled woman whose hands were permanently stained with exotic lubricants. "All systems green, Captain," Chief Rodriguez replied, wiping her hands on a rag that glowed faintly purple. Though all systems is a bit of an understatement now. The original ship had 47 primary systems. We're running with 218. Santos smiled grimly. The Kethmoran had built their ship for efficiency and elegance. Humans had rebuilt it for spite and overkill. Where the aliens had installed a single fusion reactor, humans had crammed in 7, including 2 that ran on principles the original designers had never dreamed of. The weapon systems that had once relied on charged particle beams now sported human-designed kinetic weapons that fired depleted uranium shells at 17% the speed of light. The navigation system, originally designed for precise hyperspace jumps, had been modified to allow for combat maneuvers that would turn any sane pilot's internal organs into soup. "Ma'am," came Lieutenant Chen's voice over the comm. "We're receiving a transmission. It's from the Kethmoran Hegemon himself." Santos made her way to the bridge, which now looked like the love child of alien technology and human military pragmatism. The original. "Should have," yes, Santos agreed. But humans have a saying, should is just failure with better marketing. "Chief, show him the engine modifications." Rodriguez's voice came through the comm with obvious pride. "We replaced your quantum containment matrix with good old-fashioned duct tape and prayers. Turns out duct tape works better than your fancy crystals when you really need something to hold together." Santos watched with satisfaction as the full implications hit the Hegemon. You see, Vorthike, when you abandoned this ship, you made a critical error. You assumed that because you couldn't fix it, nobody could. You forgot that humans don't fix things, we make them angrier. She leaned forward in her chair, her smile turning predatory. This ship was your inevitability, but we've renamed it. Would you like to know what we call it now? Vorthike could only stare in horrified fascination. The absolutely fucking not, Santos announced. Because that's going to be your answer to every demand you've ever made, from now until the heat death of the universe. The transmission cut out, leaving Santos alone with her crew and their impossible ship, a vessel that shouldn't exist, powered by human ingenuity and fueled by the desire to prove aliens wrong about everything. Set course for the Kethmoran home system, she ordered. Let's go show them what damage beyond repair can do when humans get creative.